How are you all? I would like to show you a advanced option which I showed in the previous, because I didn't show in the previous option, previous video, so that you don't get confused. And now I want to show you a best and better option where you can do a subtotal, and you have multiple criteria. So that all same thing can be done in Power Query, so which cannot be done in subtotals in normal Excel, which can be done in Power Query only, will be shown in the coming video, for coming video. So now I'll just, as I showed in my previous video, to make a transaction record over here and make a subtotal for the amount. So the amount was 19,500. So if I want you to make uh, a transaction record here, and in every occurrence and every change over here, you will have every change over here, you can have a total for the quantity, and a total for the quantity will be something like this. So it will be like, alt equal to, it is going to be 36, and over here it is going to be alt equal to, enter is going to be 19,500. So this, I don't want to do this every time in each occurrence, so I want the system to do it. So what we can do, as I showed in the previous video, is only for this transaction record and the amount. But now I'm going to show you for the transaction record as well as the quantity ordered as well as the amount. So without wasting time, let's start. So go to data, keep your cursor anywhere in this area, not in this area, only anywhere in this area, and go to cursor and do subtotals. And in subtotals, in every change, each change, so let me just brought it down. So at each change in transaction, you can have you can change, you can have a sum function. You can see sum. So it's not other one, it's the transaction record number. You should select the quantity and the amount. So last time we just selected amount, now I'm going to select the quantity as well. So let's see, within fraction of seconds you will get the data. So you can see what I have put, 36 and 19,500. So this is the one of the quickest way, but it has a limitation. When you have, these are two parameters that have been calculated, but you can do dynamic data if you add some data more. And one more thing I want to show you here, is that the dynamic data cannot be added again. You have to remove all this, and to remove you have to go to subtotals and remove all. So one more thing I can show you is, if you do it again, you give a cursor here again, when you do subtotal, again it's going on. Its system has detected that this is the requirement. And you can, if you want page between groups and all that, that all things, if you want, you can check that also. So it will have a page break and all those stuff. See, you can see a total over here. You can expand it, and you can contrast. You can expand and you can contrast it, and there are many other features. You can get the, see, number 3 is going to show you the full, number 2 is going to show you the total required. See, now the quantity ordered is visible here. In the last video it was not visible, but here it is visible. And the best part is, you can see everything is a subtotal 9 and the data number. In next coming videos I will show you how to make this best option we have in subtotal. From, we can learn from subtotals, so it is going to help us a lot in other evaluations. And here you can see the grand total. So this is one of the steps. Now the best thing, if you want to remove this, you want to go number 3. If you want to remove this part, you don't want to see this part, what you have to do is, control control plus 8. So keep your cursor over here and just do control 8. So it is gone. If you want again, you can have it control 8, you can get it. So control 8, just remember this thing. Uh, it's very easy, just to have to remember this. Control 8, control 8, it will go, it will be visible and invisible. Okay. So let me do this again. Let me click on the cursor subtotals, and I want to remove all. So what I have to do is, I will be copying this data over here. So we have, just control and just, if you just in control and just wipe it off, you can get a duplicate column for this one. So okay, now let's do, this is for the subtotals. We have done this for subtotals, transaction led, and for some. Okay, so we have a total over here. Now let's do the same thing here. Let's remove this, and let's do the same thing in Power Query. Okay, let's go to from tables, as I showed in the last video. My table has headers. Okay. Okay, so we need the Power Query for this. This is my column, and these are the two parameters I want. the total for this column and this column. So we can do by home, group by, or you can do is you can go to transform and group by. These are both are the same. See, now we have basic and advanced. Now let me show you. If I select a single column, it is going to ask go for the basic one. If I select multiple, it is going to for the advanced one. Advanced. So let me select for the basic one. So it's already selected as a basic one. So transaction record number. So where do we want the changes? So each I want the changes for the quantity ordered. So I have to put it quantity QTY. So let's make it total quantity. Total quantity. Okay. Operation should be the sum. And the number, the which column it should be? It should be for the quantity ordered column. And now I want to add aggregate. I want to add. So it is not option. There is no option in the basic. So we have to go to advanced. Advanced. There is option here. I will show in the next video for multiple columns. How can you have multiple parameters? So add aggregation, and that is going to be a total amount column. Total amount, and that is going to be for the sum, and it is going to be in the amount column. So we have the aggregation. Now we can see the total. See, let's have a quick look at this. So this total should be 19,500. The other 3026 should be 12,000, and the quantity over here for this one should be 36. So for this criteria should be 36, the quantity. So let's see that. Okay, now you can see 36 and 19,500, 12,000, 36. So this is our final result. But if you, I said you, if you want to see the description, you want the notes and all other things in the same table, you should, oh, all has gone, oh my god, I want back. So don't worry, you can just have that back. So you just click on this option button in Android. You can see that this is our option button in our day-to-day life. Click over there, and here you have to do aggregation. You have to write something. I will write as all, and you have to select the last all rows. You don't know, you have not do nothing over here. That's it. And you can do, okay, you get a table over here. Okay, in this table you can load more in. Kindly remove this, please remove this, or you, or the name, you have to rename all the columns again if you don't remove this. So please remove this, and then you can keep this line, or you can remove. We have a free hand over here. But if you want, tr number one is already there, so it's a table. So we cannot have duplicate tables. System will automatically make it tr number one. So let's see that. Okay. Okay, before that I will show you what was our total. It was 10. So this is the data we want, and this same we want in the end also. But still, if you want some descriptions, you can add here. You can select here. You can select by this default also. Load more, what you can do. And okay, so now the total quantity is 36, but single quantity line wise you can see is single quantity is 4. So if you multiply press all this 36, so Excel has calculated as a subtotal, so it will take in one line only. And here also 2,000 is a single amount, but total amount is, this is total quantity, total 19,500. But you don't require this because we already have the totals over here. So let's remove this one by one. We can remove it, control all, and remove it once. And even that you can this, the numbers over here are same. See, it's all the same. And as I told you, system has already generated as number one, transaction record one. So if you okay, if you want to remove this, what you have to do is you have to remove the duplicates either from this one or this one. That it doesn't matter. Go home, remove duplicates. So now you can see that 10. This was our original data. You have seen over here. It's the original data over here. When we had all the things were done. So when you expand it, it has been like this. So again you can see it is the same. You can see 10. So this table also, if you can remove again after some steps, again you'll get the same data over here. So let's just see this and remove duplicates, and the same data is there. You can remove this one by one, or you can remove it multiple. So remove columns. Now this is your data. So what you required in subtotals is already here. So you can do is control by load. You have option. Either you can put in the data in the power pivots, that is data model, or you can load it in tables, or just keep it as it is. So let me show you how to do that. So now if I just say only creations, what is going to happen? So it will be only creations. So there is nothing, it's just showing only creation. This is the table number the system has taken as a table. So if I click this, I want to rename the column. I don't want this table one. Let me make it as advanced, advanced, uh, advanced Power Query and load. So this is my advanced Power Query. After some time, if you feel that I want to see the data, I want to validate the data. I want to see is it same as that, and again, you don't want to. There are several options. You can either go there and you can copy the table. If you just and click it, it will copy the table. Close and load. Again, you can put the data wherever required. You can keep it here. Control V. So you can see the data. You verify the data. But again, if you want to make this data in the table, again you have to go insert table. So it's a lengthy process. You can avoid that. So instead of going, you can remove this. So you don't need to do all those steps. Just go to right click it, load to. This is only creation. Make it as a table, and don't add this in a data model because it is no use right now. In future, we have a lot of things in data model we can do in Power Pivot. That is Power Pivot is data model. So in the new sheet, just do is load now. Now it will connect on the tables. So you have seen that this is the data we have acquired. Before it was in Power. It was in Subtotals. Now in Power Query. But as I told you, there is a limitation over here. But we don't have a limitation, so you can see the 20,000 to 50, 20,000 to 50 over here. 20,250. So grand total is 104,934. So you can check the grand total is 104,933. So as I told you, we can in Power Query we have upper hand on these things. You can add data and you can see dynamically. Let me add some more data for this. So if I added 3,000 and line number 1 and quantity is 10, amount is 5,000, and the same one I just copied again, line number 2 and again 5,000. So this parameter should give me 10,000. So let's see what is going to happen. I just have to go to data again. This is our king. So every time we have Power Query and Subtotals, you have to go data, and here you have to use refresh all. So you can see automatically data is updated. This is the best part of Power Query and the hand over subtotals. If you're good in subtotal, that is also good. But there is one more criteria which subtotal can do and which subtotal cannot do and Power Query can do it. And that is the main thing we have Power